Hi everybody, Adrian Fontes coming to you, not in my official capacity as Maricopa County Recorder. I'm bringing this to you from my campaign page just so that I can speak a little bit more freely. Today's March 17th, 2020, and before I begin, what I'd like to do is extend condolences to the family and friends and colleagues of former Governor Jane Hull, who I understand today, just a little while ago, passed away. So deepest condolences and sympathies to her and her family, and truly may she rest in peace. What I wanted to chat with you about today is a pressing issue moving forward, however, and that is going to ballot by mail in Arizona for the 2020 election cycle. That's August and November. We can still save these elections. Now, what is ballot by mail in the first place? Well, all that means is that instead of depending on pre-printed ballots and opening up hundreds of polling places in Maricopa County and across the state, we would simply be mailing ballots to voters, all of them, and letting them either bring them back or letting them mail them back in. Now, this is a system that's very robust in Arizona. 75% of our voters already do this, and that accounts for 80% of our turnout. Yeah, this is a big deal because it is secure, it is safe, it certainly is much more accountable, and it's got all the transparency and economic interest that people would like. In fact, a lot of the critics are actually permanent early vote list voters. That's right. Some of the folks who are saying that this is rife with fraud or lacks integrity or security or promotes crime, they actually get their ballot in the mail. How do I know? Because I'm the registrar and the county recorder here in Maricopa County, and I know who gets their ballot in the mail. The other thing that the critics will say is that this removes options. Well, I wonder how it removes options, particularly when we're in a circumstance where we've got a lot of new voters and a lot of folks in Arizona who may need that little bit of an extra nudge so that they don't have to stand in long lines, particularly on August the 4th, again, August 4th, which is primary day in Arizona. You know how hot it's going to be in the Metro Phoenix area on August 4th? Do we really want people standing in long lines? Do we really want people that close to one another during this global pandemic? Do we really want to put poll workers and our election staff in that kind of peril? That's why the traditional model is bad for 2020. Not 2022 or any other elections. I'm only talking about August and November this year. But we have better indications now why this is even more urgent than before. Just yesterday, April the 16th, 2020, Judge Murray Snow of the Federal District Court issued an order that has the following language, and I'll read it directly to you from the first page at line, I think it's 24. The court specifically finds that the ends of justice served by ordering the continuances outweigh the best interest of the public and the defendant's right to a speedy trial. That's right. The court on its own is ordering against the speedy trial rights. Constitutional rights are getting pushed aside for another month. Grand juries and regular jury summonses are getting pushed aside for another month until the first part of June, and it doesn't look like there's any end in sight. Add this to anecdotal data I have from friends of mine in the Department of Defense who indicate that those protocols for working at home are also going to be extended in that department. And as goes the federal agencies, so will go probably a lot of the state agencies, because that's what makes sense, because they will drive the health of their people by data. Now, here's what I think needs to happen, and here's what I hope you will agree to do. Please go to azgovernor.gov. Again, that's azgovernor, one word, .gov, and send a message to Arizona's Governor Doug Ducey and tell him this: please allow counties to choose vote by mail. That's all you have to do. You've got your phone, you've got your computer right now that you're watching this on. All you have to do is say, please allow counties to choose vote by mail. Because the 15 county boards of supervisors in Arizona don't have a choice right now. The legislature is refusing, even though, like I said, so many of them get their ballot in the mail, they're refusing to take a leadership role and help keep our people safe. And I think the governor still has that capacity under his emergency powers. It's a small expansion of a very robust system that works very well in so many Arizona elections. There's a very high likelihood that your city council and mayor were elected in an all ballot by mail election. School district bonds and overrides, which work through taxation issues, are usually done in all ballot by mail elections. Vote by mail is not something weird, unusual, or fraught with peril. It's a healthy way for us to expand our democracy, not to contract it. And right now, we don't want our people contracting COVID-19. That's the only reason we're asking to do this for August and November of 2020. The data tells us that it's the right thing to do. The facts tell us that it's the right thing to do. And now we have courts and other federal departments who are saying that we're nowhere near the end of this thing, and no one's quite sure how many folks are going to be impacted. And so let's play it safe. Let's do what we know how to do. Please go to azgovernor.gov and ask Governor Ducey to allow counties to choose vote by mail. And let those county boards of supervisors make that choice. My county board of supervisors is 4-1 Republican. I don't know what they'll choose, but I'm hoping that the governor will allow each county in Arizona to do what's right for their own communities. Please go to azgovernor.gov and ask Governor Ducey to allow your county to choose vote by mail if they will. Thank you so much. I'm Adrian Fontes. And again, this is not an official message from the Maricopa County Recorder's Office. That's why I'm coming to you from my campaign page. If you've got more questions about my campaign, you can go to electfontes.com. Have a great day. Stay safe. Thanks.